Absolutely welcome back to Indian Trace. What a powerful, big response I've got from join the find or join the hunt with Indian Trace. Now I'm going to tell you what, I mean, I'm excited. I'm always excited, but I want to move up and down some of these aisles here. I'm in a fairly hot spot here at Crosslands, which isn't to say there's anything here. I've been here 5-6 times, but not since the snow and some water. Look what I just found, and we'll get going. And I want to show you why I'm here too. I just found this, okay? So it's already a join the find, for sure. Join the hunt, of course, but join the find. And where did that come from? Well, that came from the minds of people that produced this. You've seen this before if you tune into Indian Trace. This is what I call my honor point. You know what that is now. I've explained it. Go back and join the hunts. Go back and join the finds, and you'll hear what an honor point is. That's what I brought out today, because right where I am, this came out of the ground. I'm going to tell you what, that is a smoking awesome piece, and I still have never identified the smooth, beautiful material of that ancient Indian point. I mean, look at that for yourself. My word. That's what we'll see. That's why I'm here, and for honor's sake, I mean, look at this thing. I can't tell you what kind of material that is. Wish I could. Wish I could. Doesn't matter to me. It's an ancient Indian hunting point, and it's just a thing of beauty. So I come back out here, and in Crosslands here, I probably found over 300 artifacts, no doubt. But that's why I'm here. So we're going to go up and down here. Now, I'm going to leave my marker there. I saw something, a glimpse of something that I think, if it's full, it'll be a nice find. So join the find here if I can get my focus working on here. Listen, I want to give a shout out to a bunch of comments in sort of a different turn as I just move slowly up here over some washed out deer treads is what you're seeing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So we're moving through the land of Crosslands here in Site 1. That's what I call it. I identify all my sites, as you know, and we see lots of different things. I mean, they're all worth checking. You don't ever know. I'm convinced, number one, that I'm fallible. That there were things here, artifacts, that I couldn't have seen and that I did not see. Now, with that conviction, I come back out here. So join the find, because we saw that great find I already made, and I think there's another one in the ground, I think. You know, I can only think. It was tight. It was a nice notch on the very end of a base. I'll tell you that ahead of time. And I've decided to try to turn this so that a join the hunt won't always be with finding nothing. See, there's the good part about it is I promise you there'll be something at the end of this if I don't find anything in addition out here. A little bit overcast, great weather. We must have had a little bit of rain last night, which is the best because the soil is wet. But as you can see, there's plenty of quartz in the ground. Now, my eyes are probably better than this camera, but as we move around and check things out, there's plenty of rhyolite too that I always check. See? Pieces like this. And if I'm seeing rhyolite, and I know the site already, I know that rhyolite is not indigenous to this region. So I know that there were North American Indians here. You know what's awesome? Principles when you go hunting, if you don't get a chance to get out of it, it's still cold where you are, you're joining me on this hunt. What I would share for you, if you were out here, I mean, Brian, hope your back's doing okay, Frank, Jonesy, Brooksy, I know your back absolutely hammers you sometime and you don't say nothing about it. Probably lay half dead in your bed. I know, I got an uncle who's got back problems and is hurting. I know how debilitating health issues can be, let alone some veterans out there to put out shouts for join the hunt or join the find with Indian Trace because, God have mercy, some people are even missing parts. But let me get back to this, and that's what this is for. We're out in the woods here in eastern, central North Carolina, coastal Piedmont area, which is the home of the North American Indian, as well as probably pretty much everywhere across the whole country. So I'm going to take my time here a little bit. It's a nice private spot, impossible to see from the road. It's nice. It's nice here. Can't even get to this place by car, let alone truck. You can't do it. So that's cool with me. I'm trying to shelter this phone from the wind a little bit. If you do hear it blanking out, just hang in there, because I think it'll be a good time out hunting. And I'm just walking along because I found absolutely heart-touching artifacts right where I am, right where I'm standing. So I don't trust any step that I take. Don't trust it. Don't trust it at all. That's one thing. You got to go. Keep your hope alive and don't trust, and walk like a hunter. Walk expecting, listening, looking. And I'm actually, when I walk along, I try to think about things that are more personal, like these women, these men that were right here. Well, they were awesome individuals. I mean, for their own merit's sake. So I'm hoping this focus stays good. Look at that. What a great view. I don't know about my focus. So because of I keep getting digressing, but thank you. See there? That's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm digressing again. I can see it from up there, but just to give you an idea, that green rhyolite flakes let you know you're on the right breadcrumb track. You follow the breadcrumbs. And you know, I was thinking about the men and the women, the people, the Indians that were here, magnificent, strong, far more resilient than we, pampered, spoiled. It's just a fact. You may think you're tough, but you ain't nothing compared to what these individuals were. Day after day after day, efficient fire makers. I mean, come on. Day after day after day, efficient tool crafters. Just craziness. They were more concerned with coexisting and finding the best ways to survive than they were with finding differences and dividing people. How ignorant is that? Anyway, before I even make any political mention or comments here today, I'm keeping an eye on my time here so I can have some good stuff on this, and it won't be too long. Don't like too long. I just want you to come along. Here's a couple good thoughts, really good thoughts. You know, I know who is here, so I know what is here. For example, look right there. What's that? Well, that's the base. That's the base of a point. No doubt, that's rhyolite. But one thing I do know about that, and I never forget, is that I saw that last time I was out here, and I checked it out, and I said, nah, that's going to stay in the site for the heart of the site, for the spirit of it. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that. I don't just clear every chip and every flake that's been worked. I got something against that, to be honest with you. Something against it. Don't know what it is. I mean, you just got to follow your heart. Anyway, I know who was here, so I know what is here. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, every single time I try to go out and maybe find some artifacts, or do find some, I'm not interested in finding the rocks. I'm interested in finding the people. So, as we move along here, I'm crawling because I know where I am. I know where I am. That's the base. Look at that. That is the base. Oh, I can't see it real well. Don't know if it's focusing real well. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm looking for the people. Sure, you know, you find artifacts, and you find arrowheads, or you find hammerstones, you find scrapers, or what have you, and you think it's awesome, but really what you're doing is you're tracing and seeing and finding and putting together layers upon layers of evidence of the people that were here. So good stuff all together. Now we're going to check it when we come up here past my marker, because I'm looking at my time. Look at the sun. Look at the difference in contrast out here. That's the way to see. It just came and took us over. Join the hunt, an Indian trace. I saw some fighter jets come over earlier, which gave me comfort. They always do. I believe in the administration and leadership we have to make our military a great force, not an abusive, conquering force like the UN or the European Union, EU. PU on the EU, that's for sure. I mean, do your homework. I'm not just trying to be critical. I absolutely not. I'm an optimistic person, but I'm, you know, I guess I'm the city manager of Realville because, you know, Rush Limbaugh is the mayor of Realville. But that aside, I try to keep my head in Realville. You're out here hunting. And so on behalf of those fighter jets, and of course all of our military veterans, as always, I give you a salute. Big deal for me. I was going to go into officers training school in the United States Air Force after college, and I decided to go on to graduate school. But that's just where all that comes from all the time. Besides, I know that we have to show strength, and we have to try to work to keep the peace of our nation, of this nation, nationalism, our nation being strong and as decent as we can be, but it has to be through strength, because evil crouches at the door. If you don't believe me, just go tour the world and see how well you turn out. Go over there, take a visit to Syria, go take a visit to Iran, walk the streets, see how it turns out. Okay, let me check this out here. Where is it? I think I lost it. There's my other point. See, they're just sitting out there in the sun now, joining the hunt with Indian Trace. Remember those? You didn't forget those, did you? Look at this. Holy cow. Mercy. Mercy. But that's not why we're here. That was my honor point. I just bring it to remind me to be thankful. Oh, there it is. Look at this. Can you see it? You don't see it, do you? Look at it. You guys, you have an educated eye. Some of you understand. You got to be a rock reader. Still don't see it? Let me dig this out a little. As Richard does, he digs it. I'm going to tell you what, Richard does not slow down. And Kay, you are absolutely following in his tracks. Right side notch piece, that was smoking. I think it was the last video. Look at this. What do you think that is? That's a join the find, hopefully. Look, it's moving underneath. That's the base. Oh. And join the find with Indian Trace. That looks like, don't know if it's broken or worked off that way on the base here. Let's check it out together. Sure, it hadn't been seen in 4,000 years. Hasn't been a part of someone's memory in 4,000 years. That's a modest estimation. Either way, it could be older, could be younger. But look at that. It's relieved. It's relieved on the back side. Little bit of a flute. You find those points around here. If you can just see that. Can you see it? That's pretty awesome, isn't it? They do that a lot right here at Crosslands. That's worked off that way. It's not broken on the ear. Now we're thinking assembly line brains, so we're thinking, why isn't that ear the exact same balance on the other side? That's what we're thinking. But no. That's a bad way to think. I have to train myself continually not to think that way. Stop thinking that way. Now look at the relief on that flute. Look at that with the sunlight. If I can get it for you. Nice stuff. Comes from the same place this does on Join the Hunt. I'm getting sand on top of my phone, which I can't stand. Anyway, look at that. Nice find. Beautiful tip on it. That's a nice artifact. I like that size. That gives you a good picture of it all with the backdrop of that other point. Should we continue? Nah. I think I'll cut it off for right now. No, actually, I'm going to continue. We're going to join the hunt. Maybe we'll find another smoker. Let's go. Excuse me. Let me get my marker and keep on going. Let's keep this on. I'm trying to do things a little differently as we move along and as I hunt sometimes, and because of all the comments that I have. So I won't keep it real long, maybe another couple minutes, but I do want to make a couple comments about the political interest link that I'll put on this. And I mean, I simply have to decide right now which one it'll be. I have a lot of good stuff that I think deserves to be on there. Now, let me clear my eyes and clear my focus right here as I go down and think. think good things, usually. I always try to. You know, it's unbelievable. The bias. I'm not going to talk about the bias of the news media and all that stuff. There's a lot of issues that are really seriously important. If you don't believe immigration, if you don't believe secure borders are important, if you just think, well, it's just so loving to let all these unfortunate people that were so hurt, and they're so sad, and their children are being hurt, and the families are being hurt. Yes, listen, world history, American history, this is what's happening in the world with people who are filled with greed and hatred. I mean, none of us want that. But if we decide to make our nation anything but sovereign and national, and let the hurt and the criminals of the world just pour in here freely, like the last administration has been doing, just listen to immigrants themselves. And I'm going to put a political interest link about that on there. I mean, oh yeah, that's what I was going to mention. I want to mention this. What's my time? Okay, I have good time. Listen, you got to hear this. Maybe we'll find another smoker when we're walking here. Out here talking to myself. No, I'm not. I'm talking to you. More and more people pouring in, just coming out and joining the hunt with Indian Trace, joining the find now that we found today. That was a smoker. And I do got my honor piece right here. Look at this. Got it there. Only thing I don't have is the focus, I think. Sorry. Here it is. Got a Mark Dice political interest link, and it's because of the fact that he was as disgusted as I was when almost immediately in the Super Bowl, and I didn't watch much because I knew I'd get disgusted quick enough. The people who are putting these ads out, the companies that are selling out to God knows what's not their success if they just do history, if they just look at Europe and see what's going on when it comes to immigration. I was ticked. I caught it just as fast as anybody caught it, because that 84 lumber, and I'm not shopping at 84 lumber. I will not buy anything at this point from 84 lumber. And I put that right out there. It was disgusting to see that video that was just pulling on sympathies. No doubt people are hurting, no doubt. But just, and we would like to take all that are hurting, downcast, and need some help, and like to have them here. Like to have them here to come in legally if they're going to contribute and help make this nation what it has been made from the beginning, which is immigrants. That's fine. It's the illegal aspect that crushes us, that hurts us, that makes these many people, and even criminals, unaccounted for and unable to be accounted for. And just go to Miami. I double dog dare you to Google, for example, oh geez, I can't forget this. I got to get it. It's on the tip of my mind. Google sanctuary cities. Go look in San Francisco. Go look in Miami and Tampa. It will frighten you. And it'll change the way you think. So Mark Dice was not happy with the 84 lumber commercial either, and he put out a really great montage about that ad. It's worth seeing, definitely worth thinking about, going down that path. If you just want a good head on your shoulders, and you gotta have it, about immigration, which of course our president supports, our administration supports, which is legal. A temporary ban of immigration from nations that are sponsoring terrorism is normal. Doesn't have anything to do with religion. I don't know how stupid. Well, it's not stupid. See, the modern news media, what's my time? Oh, I've got to finish right here. See, I usually don't go more than 20 minutes on these. I don't. Modern news media, don't let them fool you. It is not like they don't understand what Trump is doing with immigration. It is like they on purpose want to be divisive. They are not that stupid. They know he is not banning Muslims from this nation. God have mercy. One thing I hate, ignorance I do not hate. It's just somebody doesn't know. It's stupidity, and then somebody who favors certain lies to promote political agenda. That is what we defeated with this last election. Make no mistakes about it, anybody and people. And again, okay, I'm closing. Oh, mercy. I get wound up. Thank you for supporting Indian Trace. Thank you for joining the hunt. Yeah, it's nice out here. It's getting warm. Look at this place. I got a little more to check here at lunch, but hey, if I find another smoker, I'll just make the video. Worth it out here. Worth it to come and breathe some of this fresh air and what have you. Here at Crosslands. Hope you're well. Hope you're fine if you get out. Other than that, I'm glad you got to come out here and check it out with me. You be well out there.